kind of see. I'll just show you real quick. I just started doing this. I'm going to jump over to the screen recording and show you more. Alright, I got a little something different today. I'm going to show you how I outline a rib in Lightburn and get it ready for the laser cutter. So I figured, why not? I'll pass it along and maybe be interested in, hey, it's worth a shot, right? So let me show you what I got. Alright, so going to work on a new build, Kershwap, the 288 square inch version. So something I was talking to my brother about, and I was talking to him about doing a free flight, but he wants to do an RC version. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, real quick, I'm going to just show you, let me get the cord out of the way. I got to do the ribs, the wing ribs, which they are, what are those called? Cambered? Under-cambered? Undercut? Anyway, they're curved on the bottom. Cambered, I think it's called cambered. And I got to do the rear stabilizer ribs. So that's it. Everything else is pretty straightforward, pretty easy build. But this isn't about how to build this plane, just about how I'm going to outline the ribs just to get them ready for laser cutting. So the biggest thing is you're going to need a ruler. You need the original plans. Make sure when you print them out that they're to scale. Somewhere on here, just looking. Yeah, this plan doesn't have a reference. Normally they would have like an inch mark or a millimeter mark. So make sure your plans are scaled properly. And then you just take a bunch of measurements. So I measure key points. I'm not going to show you here, but length, width, and height of the ribs or the spars. Just key points, because you want to know everything you need. So like the trailing edge here is 3/16 sheet. So I know that's, or I'm sorry, 3/4 inch wide by 3/16. So I know that's 3/4 inches. So this right here will be 3/4 inches. 3/16 for the height, because I know it's going to be cut out of 3/16. The only other thing, just pay attention to the directions. This one wants me to cut down 1/32 top and bottom for, they're doing a cap on the rib. So I got to count for that. And let's see, the leading edge here is 1/4 by 1/4 minus the 1/32 on each side, which is a 1/16 of an inch. So I got to reduce that for that measurement. That's it. So I'm in Lightburn right here, and then I will jump over to a screenshot or screen recording on this, so you can kind of see. I'll just show you real quick. I just started doing this. I'm going to jump over to the screen recording and show you more how I do it. But there's measurements. I put guides in, but I'll go over all that more. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a heads up, and I'll move along on this. All right, here we are in Lightroom. So let me show you here. All right. So these are the guides that I was telling you about. So I measure, oh, excuse me, the really important stuff. So the space, this is a guide for the space between the spars on the inside. Okay. These little blocks right here are the actual spars. I measured that. These are little guides for the end. When I was telling you on the end I have to reduce the rib for the cap, the 1/32 sheeting. So that's what those are, and this is the overall length guide. So that's what that looks like. Excuse me again. So this is this is how I do it. I just grab it. So this is the overall length that I want. You can see here on the plan, it's a little bit short. It's a little different than the plan. So if I was to just draw right over the top of this rib, it won't fit. It won't be precise. It would fit, but you would have to do a lot of cutting and fitting to get it to work. I like my stuff to just drop right in. So that's where I'm at right there. All right, so let's see. I got the spars in place. So I know this guide right here, the pink one, or purple, yeah, it's purple line. That's the inside measurement, and then my spar cutouts just go right on that. On the outside, I centered this block. That block represents the 1/32 on top and bottom. So there'll be another 32nd here and here, so that'll line up, but I have to reduce the entire rib. I can't just reduce the front end. The whole rib has to be reduced for the cap strip. So that's how I did that. And then back here, same thing. This is just a reference for the cap strip, but it is lengthened by 2 millimeters because the trailing edge is notched. So you need a little extra length, at least on this plan. So that's what I'm doing with that. Let's see, what else can I tell you? And that's it. Oh yeah, and then here is a straight line. The bottom is flat. This little piece right here. So I added that line first. So to do a straight line on Lightburn, if you hit the line tool, click, and see how it's moving around. I just hold the shift key down, and it will go right to horizontal, or I can see how I can move it 45 or vertically. So I want a perfectly straight line, and then click it, let off, and then escape will break that line. And then the select tool to select it, and then you can change colors, and that's how I like all different colors so I can see what I'm doing. So there's the black line. You can obviously change any color, and then delete. If it's highlighted, delete key deletes it. So that's all, real quick. All right, so I got that. So I laid out the straight line, got all the boxes in, and then I just started to draw. Line tool again, right there. I go red when I'm going over the black stuff, so hit my red color, and then here I won't redraw it, but all I'm doing is that. So you just click and move along. And that's it. Now I'm using the mouse with a wheel on it. It's got a wheel for the middle button, so that's how I can. That's the wheel in and out. And then if you, on this one, excuse me, if I press and hold the middle wheel down, I can. That's my grab. So this is really quick for me. That's how I work with this. So that's it. The more points you put in, you can get a better curve with it. See how that works? And that's all I do is just click and follow. And then when you're done, end it, hit escape, and you'll get out of it. So I'm going to select that. I don't need it. Delete that. Alright, so I already did this. So you can see how I already did all that. Put this in here. So I followed that along, came up here, came right along. And then here I had to, so you just got to be creative with it. Just artistic, what's it called? Artistic freedom. Yeah, so that's all. Just brought it in. I thought that looked nice. You're still following the same airfoil. It's only within a couple millimeters, so don't worry. It's all going to work. And now this one has a kind of a undercut right there. And then here, when I got to the rib, so when you build this, at least on this airplane, I'm going to have to just sand that little piece off on the rib right there, because that's where the rib's going to stick out. Or, I'm sorry, the spar. I keep calling them rib. This is the rib we're drawing out. This is the spar, but the little corner of the spar. That's it. Followed that along in the middle, came over here, and then just brought this one down and joined it right to here, right to that straight line. So, all right, done. So then what I do is I move that off of the plan, and I put it up over here. See if I start clicking around, see if I click, see how it highlights the plan, and then I try moving stuff around, it gets pretty crazy and messy. So once I get that on there, I'll just scoot the plan out of the way or select that out of the way. So I already did all that, and actually here I'm all done. These are all done, so they're in purple now, just so I can see what's going on with them, and then I will convert it to, I cut everything in red, and then the lettering is in this tooling T1 where my laser cutter ignores it, so it won't cut that out, because that would be bad. Okay, so what I do here, so the biggest thing that I just want to tell you how I do this is smoothing out these lines. This line's a little bumpy, and I'll just show you how I do it real quick. So let's see, I select that line, and all it is, since oh yeah, when you're drawing it, back to the plan, real quick, when you're drawing these out on the plan, can make that a continuous line. Whatever curve you're working on, if you stop and break it up and stop, it'll be segmented, and then the little trick I'm showing you won't work. It has to be a solid line from point to point. That's why I break them up with different colors. Like that's one line, that's one line, so you kind of get it. Okay, so that's segmented, all ready to go. And then all I do is come over to this little icon, which I wish I knew what the name of it was. Nodes, I think that's what they call these, nodes. So there it is. So those are all the nodes I put in, and you can kind of see it's not the greatest, but we can smooth it out real easy. Come up here to edit, come to optimize selected shapes. Hit that, and then just kind of move that out of the way so you can see what's going on. And all I do is, it doesn't matter, I don't turn these on or off, because these will be, I use this top one. So I turn it on, smooth source shapes. and then I just drag this point, and if you can see, it's adding more points, or nodes I think they're calling them, and I do it until I don't see that red line. See that red line that appears as I slide this? See how that? I want it so it doesn't do that, because it'll extend. When it shows that little red line, it kind of shortens everything. That's it. So now I'm up to 257 points, so I'll hit OK. And now when I come in here, look at all the points, and by adding these points, it smooths things out. Still a little bumpy here, but you're not going to see that. You can only see that on this program. You won't see it when you cut it out. So that's it. The only thing you got to check is that it normally shortens it. Yeah, see, it does it every time. Maybe there's a way around it. I don't know it. I don't know if I can grab that and lengthen it. I always just draw it in. So I come in over here and I'll check. This point still attached. Good. So I'll come in and lengthen that real quick. So hit your, line tool. And then I wait. See how it turns? Let's see. See the bullseye? It joins right to the end, and then you can see how it put that little node in. Now I know I'm connected to that line. It's still one line, and I go right to my reference point. Boop, and escape. Now it's ready. All clean. This one's not as bad. That one's pretty smooth. I would probably leave that one. But you can always smooth it out like I showed you. So that's it. Now to join it all together in one piece. So now I start deleting things and changing. So like I've got to get rid of this line. All right, so that one's done. Now let's select the line here. We got to go back to the nodes. I think that's called nodes. Now, see how these join? I have to get rid of this extra line. That's part of the horizontal line I put in, and it joins here. So all I have to do is come all the way up, zoom in pretty close, and when it turns to a little bullseye right there, on the keyboard just press I for insert, and then letter B for break, and then hover over the piece of line you don't want and hit D. Letter D, that's for delete. And then if you zoom in, those are now connected, and that extra little tail is gone. So there's that part. So we're getting closer. Let's see, we can start deleting out the guides. So I just take them, delete. I don't need it anymore. I don't need the length guide anymore. Select it, delete. This one I don't need anymore. Select and delete, and it will just draw that in. So it'll draw a straight line. So again, I'm in my line tool in red. Excuse me. There's the little bullseye, hit it. Right there, done. Okay, now and then see how it joins everything? It'll start joining as you work along. So let's, before we join anymore, let's convert these. So this would be the only other thing, the spar. Again, go to the nodes, hit it. Now you don't see any nodes, right? You have to convert it to a path. Anytime I make a circle or a rectangle or anything, I have to convert it to a path. And there they pop up. So if you're working on something you don't see those little nodes, select your item and convert it to a path. Now it's pretty easy. Since the point's already here, I don't have to insert it, but I do have to break it. So hit a letter B, hover over, B turns green. Over here, letter B, and I want to delete that. And letter D, hover over it, it's done. Since it's already selected, I want that red. Go to red. Okay, go to the next one. Select that. We're still in the node tool. That's what I'm going to call it. I think that's what it's called. Again, go to edit. Optimize selected. Oh, nope, wrong one. Sorry. Edit. Got ahead of myself. Convert to path. Boom, throws those in there. Now that one. Now see, I want to get rid of this bottom loop or extra piece. So I'm going to insert, break, and over here, break, letter B, hover over it, letter D for delete, hover over the line until it turns that little mark right there. Done. It's already selected. Let's change that to red. Done. Okay, now this I don't need it. I can just draw. So I hit select, get off of that. I click off of the drawing. I don't need this anymore. Delete. I just got to draw this straight line in. So we'll go back to the line tool. That turns that shape. Oh, that wasn't connected. So if I make a mistake, Command Z. I'm on a Mac. So if I hold down Command and press Z, it'll undo my mistake. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm looking for that bullseye right there. Now I know that's going to be right on the end. And see how that adds the nodes? I'm going to come in, zoom in, because you want that little bullseye right there. You know it's on the end. And see how it highlighted to it, turned it to a dash now, and it joined it right to that point. So the last thing to do is select. So what's cool about Lightroom is that if I go from the bottom right corner and to the green and just select that, it'll select everything, because let me click off, because I touched this line, I touched that. Now if I go here from the upper left and down, I'm only touching those two, and it won't select anything. There, now you have to, upper left, you have to select the whole thing. So if I was doing that, now it'll select the whole thing. Since I didn't select the whole thing, the only thing that was in that box was that part. So that's useful tool, but I like to go from bottom right, the green one, because then all I have to do is hit most of it and it's select all. Okay, we're selected up here at the top. See the little group of people? Hit group. Done. You're done. That's it. And then when I add the little reference for me, like the what do you call it, label, the tag, just simple, right? Hit the font tool, click on it, and then up here you can, pretty easy, change the size of the font. I think I was putting 10 in there or 12, and then just type away. We'll just W rib 1, and then now that's in red, which it would cut that out. I don't want to do that, so select it, come over here. Any of these T, that's just a tooling mark, so it means Lightburn will ignore, or my laser will ignore it just for me, and that's it. And then I can select that again, group it, and there it is, all done. So all right, that's it. I just want to show you what I had here. Just real quick, you can go online and grab the airfoil. This is what the original airfoil looked like for this airplane, and it's been modified. So I was messing around with different designs, but I'm not going to do it on this airplane. I'm going to go with what the designer had. Oh, pardon me. And that's it. These are these actually made mistakes when I was doing these. Just show you real quick. I did, when I was doing the number 4 rib, I screwed up the spacing on the spars because I didn't measure correctly. So these are the new versions. So all right, that's it. So hopefully this helps. A quick tutorial on how to use Lightburn, and hopefully you found something enjoyable about this, and hey, why not? I wanted to share it with you. So leave a like, right? Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and who knows, right? Maybe you found something interesting. But anyway, all right, that's it. So I'm Bill Riccio, and I'll see you in the next one.